Hello and welcome to PAX and Recreation. And today we are back at the YuGiOh saga and we're going to open a box because, I don't always open the same stuff. So this time is an Invasion Vengeance box. So I'm going to be perfectly clear here. The reason why you most of the time see me opening more or less the same type of stuff is because, no joke, that is more or less the same stuff that I buy. Like, I don't do it like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy this for the channel. It's like, no, that's the stuff that I will buy for myself. And as I stated multiple times, I am kind of a YuGiOh old-timer. Nothing makes me feel more American than saying old-timer when referring to someone old. It's very Midwest. So, booster box, nothing special, nothing crazy. Let's see what we pull. It's a first edition one, so if that means anything anymore. Let's see what's in storage for us. The truth is, okay, not ninja in this one. The truth is, and here I'm going to be as transparent as possible. You know me, you know my YuGiOh stories by now. It is what it is, right? Performapal Change Giraffe. Okay. I had to turn it around just to actually read what's up. Super Heavy Samurai Soul Peacemaker. Let's go. Crystron C3 or C3? I don't know. Foil, rare, mythic, turbo. I don't know how to describe the rarities. Chrysotron Rosenix. I love the YuGiOh creatures. I always love the names of the YuGiOh creatures. Compared to other card games, they are very creative. I don't know what you may be saying, which is like, well, come on. Nothing is more creative than Pokemon. I mean, they are inventing the creatures. Yeah, but Meteor Dragon, Red Eyes, Impact. Never enough support for the good old ones. Crystron Quan, nice. Double Cipher with the Winged Dragon of Rather, I think. Chemisator Hydron Hog. One thing that it is what it is, right? Even if you are not a modern YuGiOh player, and you are more of an old school person like me, you have to give it to Konami, right? That's the one thing we may give it to Konami, because other than that, I mean, Konami certainly breaking some hearts recently. Q-Life's End. Clives? Cyber Angel Rush, not bad. Is a ritual monster, okay. A-Cell Recombination Device, Cyframe Multi-Threader, and Crystal Rosenix again. Funny how I'm leaving this space for a normal monster, and we both know that's not a thing, but it is what it is, I don't even remember why I bought this box. Besides, I like YuGiOh, that's the thing. As I said multiple times in this channel, I am nostalgic for YuGiOh more than any other game, because YuGiOh is my first TCG. I guess you could say that the pot of acquisitiveness. Sure, why not? What is the difference here? Target 3 banished monsters, shuffle all 3 into the deck, then draw 1 card. You can only activate 1 pot of acquisitiveness per turn. Okay, they're trying their best to kind of fix Pot of Greed without doing Pot of Greed. One thing that, for better or worse, a part of me really likes it, which is my OCD part. A part of me doesn't like it so much. Which is the whole archetype thing in YuGiOh. You buy a booster box like this one, and you can kind of already tell the archetypes. You have the Performapal, you have the Crystron, all the Crystron or Crystron. I guess it's Crystron, because Crystron Doki Doki, and then you have like side frame thing. So you already know what are the archetypes for this deck, right? Paleozoic Opabinia. Okay. And this is foil one, by the way. Predaplant Morai Nepenthes. Mare Mare. Gradely Combat. Gradely Combat. You have a bunch of traps. You have a bunch of stuff all over the place. Like, well, the reason why I say I don't know why I bought this is because normally the reason why I buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards or like boxes or whatever is because something resonates with me and my old people brain, but doesn't seem to be the case. I just think that I saw it and I was like, okay, I think that the reasoning here was like, let's buy something that is not like old school stuff. And mind you, I didn't even see the card list here. So what, like me getting like Meteor Dragon Red Eyes Impact is not like me going like, oh yeah, there is a Red Eyes card, let's buy that. It's like, no, I mean, that's absolutely coincidence. Dimensional Barrier. Like, you gotta love these, the over the topness, right? Like Cypher Twin Raptor, and it's a raptor with wings, but they're a Cypher, and like Aromaseraphy Angelica. And then there are the archetypes, like, oh, this archetype is gonna be Aromaseraphy. It's like, what is that about? Aromaseraphy, right? Like Performapal Flip Hippo. Paleozoic Marella. Like, also, like, if you think that they're reading like Yugi, like Magic the Gathering names fast is a good exercise. Ooh, Super Heavy Samurai Ninja Sarutobi. Not bad. Put it here, I guess. And Vola. try reading these things fast the first time, and then the effect text. Vola Chemicritter Methidraco or Methidraco. I don't know. The art is freaking cool. Even more info, I'll give you that. But try saying that 5 times very fast. Predaplant Morai Nepenthes. Sideframe Multi-Threader. I think you can guess by the accent that I wasn't born speaking English. And these names are like, you know, the universal names, kind of like you do have translated cards, but then you have the OCG, right? The Japanese trading card game version of Yu-Gi-Oh, which is not the same. Different rules, different things, different banning lists. Well, not different rules, literally. Like, it's just rules in the sense of like some cards are different. The art in some cards is different, and then the banning list is completely different. I think don't quote me on this, but I do think that there are some things that change. But I don't think that's like 100% the case. So don't quote me too hard on that. But at least I know that the ban lists are different. That's like the major thing. And some cards are released there, but not here. Flower Cardian Boardifly. Okay. The Phantom Knights Rank Up Magic Launch. Like, again, some of them are like kind of translation, some of them are not really, because some things you can't translate, or they just want to, like in Japanese they mean something, in English like it breaks something or becomes an archetype or steps into an archetype, so they need to change the names or do something in there, right? So that's the whole logic there. But I would like to assume that even for a English speaking person, Performapal Wimwich, reading a lot of these for the first time. Ooh, Subterror Behemoth Ultramaphos. Okay. Like, you can't tell me that this doesn't catch you off guard, right? Like it's cool when you see the anime and they go like, I'm going to summon Subterror Behemoth Ultramaphos in attack mode, and it's like, wow. But like, you playing in person, it's like, give me a second. Like, obviously when you know the deck, because those are your cards, right? Like, you don't need to like read it and be like, oh, Paleozoic Dino Mishkus. But they try so hard to just put like Gradle Slime Jr. They try so hard to put like weird archetypes and names in there. Saber Reflection. Then Subterror Behemoth Stego Kraken. Okay. Performapal Seal Eel, Fairy Tale Sleeper. Now, one thing is true. I normally when we open MTG boosters or products overall, there is always this tendency in the naming of cards that you can really tell is more of a thing lately than it was originally. That they really like to make like good sounding cards, even if that good sounding aspect. Ooh, Full Metal Foes Fusion. Okay. Even if that sounding aspect is kind of stupid, but they try, like there is a rhyme or something, or like an anaphor or something that is like it repeats the same sounding letters, right? And it's like, for example, Seal Eel, right? It will be like Magic will have a lot of that. Like same here, like Performapal Flip Hippo, right? Flip Hippo, same sound repeated, right? And they do it for these cards because, well, these are the funny ones, the Performapal, blah, 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 because I haven't watched the anime where those cards appear, but I can bet your ass that, yes, I bet your ass. Like, I can bet your ass that, like, in that episode, oh, we're not cool. Like, it's a character that is very quirky and whimsical about having performance stuff happening. Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Just give it something to it. A Fusion Dragon, which ironically is a fusion card itself, so there you go. Crystal Smeagol. It's like Tigger. Amazing Pendulum. Present card with a Kuribo. Cool. Flower Guardian Peony with Butterfly. Sure. Those are the Guardian archetype that is basically everything's a card. Everything's a card. Everything's a card. Everything's a card. See, this is how you ninja a booster, baby. That's how you do it. You do it to the point that there's one card left in there. There you go. Ooh, Cypher Mirror Knight, Crystron Thistvern, I guess. Thistvern, Sprite's Blessing, Performapal, Whim Witch. See, like the repeat sound. Magic does this a lot more with their cards. Paleozoic Opavinia, like it's a thing. One thing that, like, I love when Yugi does like stupid stuff like this, like Caninator. So it's like a centaur, but is a dog. So Chemicritter, Oxyox, Aromaspheraphy, Angelica, and Rare Metal Foes, Bismogear. Now, it does have a problem with the naming convention in the sense that they have to include the archetype in the name, because funny enough, the way that YuGiOh evolved, the element is important sometimes, but not really most of the time, so it's not like it's a thing. So the element is not that much of a thing. Then the type of monster sometimes is useful, sometimes it's not. So you have fiends, warriors, and all that, and some cards actually use that. Ooh, Polychemicritter Dioxogre. Or Dioxogre. Teller Knight Genesis. Okay, not bad. Amazing Pendulum. But they really, let's say for example, it's a warrior, it's like, okay, but then it's like, it's dark, warrior. None of that really matters for the archetype because it has to be a Flower Guardian. Right? So that's the whole thing. So yeah, and it says, then if it's a Flower Guardian monster, you can destroy one monster, blah, blah, blah. Like, the whole archetype, it's in the name, which doesn't help because the text boxes are already monstrous. Haha, see what I did there? In Yu-Gi-Oh! Now the names are also freaking big. So whenever the archetype, this one was hard. Like whenever the archetype is a single word or something, it's not that obvious. But when it's like Flower Guardian, it's like, okay. Flower Guardian Maple with Deer. It's like, sure. Polychemicritter, High Dragon, right? It's like Predaplant, Squid Droster. And you can see like all of those are archetypes. And then you have like cool stuff, it's just like random, like Doki Doki. There you go. Ooh, Super Heavy, Samurai Soul Peacemaker again. And Vola Chemicritter, Methi Draco. Again, in front. This is like a repeated booster almost. Crimson Smeagol. This doesn't go here. Crimson Smeagol. And present card. Presento cado. I know I miss. I think I say this in almost every Yu-Gi-Oh video, but like I miss the old days, man. Quarantine, like nowadays. Now, obviously, it's because I mean, if you see the channel, if not, look at it. You're already watching it. Subterror Behemoth Burrowing, not bad. Metal Foes Mytherilium, oh, not bad. Cool looking, not bad. Psychic Fusion Effect, Fire, but it's a Metal Foes card, too. And it requires a Metal Foes monster plus 1 Pendulum monster. Now that's a requirement. Preda Plant, Chemicritter. Plus they fix the fusions. Fusions, that is a kind of demanding fusion. But the beginning, remember the original fusions? Damn, the original fusions were like, no, you need specifically these 2 monsters. And sometimes the fusion will make sense, that it was like the fusion of those 2 monsters, but sometimes like nothing. I remember like, there's this monster, I don't remember the name. There's like a fusion between Sangang and the Witch of the Black Forest, right? Two band cards. Like, I remember that the fusion was like a more savage version of the witch or something, and I was like, I don't remember the name, please help me. But I remember that you look at that when you're like, okay, this makes sense, this is a fusion. But there are a lot of fusions from that time that is just like, yeah, it's a fish. It's like, why? If the components are, none of them are a fish. It's like, oh, because it's a fish. A lot of Flower Cardians. I don't know, mixed feelings with the Flower Cardians. It's like a card of a card. I get it. Haha, fun. And I like the art there. It's very Hanafuda, I guess. But, I don't know. My complaint with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is always the same. As I got older and expanded my horizons. It's not really the gameplay. It's not really the thing. Like, I like collecting. I like the anime. The original one, at least. And some of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games. Not the modern ones, but the ones that I played as a kid. I have a soft spot for them. So a part of me, obviously, like, again, I said this in another video, this is like Impossible Dreams, but like a part of me will really love like bigger cards, just like standard size cards, which will break the game because nothing in the past will work. So it will be like suicide for them or not, who knows. But a part of me is really curious about that. At least like maybe just make the card full art like they do, or almost full art like they do with the Pendulum ones. You see, like the art occupies more of the card. Now they do that because the art is less tall because of all the freaking text. So it's not like, but it's just because a lot of times I feel like the art from, it's down to preference, right? Like maybe you look at this and you go like, wow, this is amazing art. Or maybe you look at this and you go like, eh, like other games have better art. To which, personal preference, like this is an engine. Like this is an engine. Like, it is what it is, right? And this is a seahorse, right? Apparently it's a worm, but, so some art is better than others, and yeah, that happens with all games. And yes, the problem is that the art here is Japanese style, anime, manga style, right? So when a piece of art is subtle, it really shows compared to other games when they do subtle art, because the subtle art it has like these Western standards to it. And in manga and anime, sometimes simplicity rocks, right? And that simplicity sometimes is perceived as like quote unquote bad art. Now, again, completely subjective. So like you look at this crab, this Chemicritter Carbo crab, and see, this is a very magic name, like sounding. Spiral Mission Assault. And you look at this and you're like, that's kind of bad. But I like it, and I feel that sometimes we don't appreciate it enough because everything is very small. And then you have to play a video game, and then, well, since you have the text, it's like a separate floating box and all that, you can actually see the art like in all its glory, or lack of. So, I don't know, I remember this game. What was the name of the Yu-Gi-Oh game for the PlayStation 1? Forgotten Memories or something like that? That game was freaking crazy with the rules of the fusions. Like, you had to make fusions to win, but the fun thing is that you really only needed, like, everything can be fused with everything, but you didn't even, like, monsters at least, but not with rules. Like you will do this. Obviously, we had a lot of more like normal monsters that are missing forever. Like I will remember you. I will remember you. Now it's all effect monsters, as you can see. Because God forbid we have vanilla monsters, which I mean I get it, is at this point it's stupid to have a vanilla monster unless it compensates somehow, because look at this, right? But like you had two vanilla monsters and you will just do like this and they will like merge into something else, and that something else didn't make much sense. You didn't need polymerization for that, which was kind of cool, and it was kind of like playing around with the idea of like, what if Yu-Gi-Oh was a fusion game without, you know, like what if polymerization was free and you can just polymerize everything? And sometimes you will do an attempt of fusion and one of the cards will just, ooh, red eyes inside, let's go. And one of the cards will just fall off. Ooh, Crystron Quandax. Nice. And when the card falls off, you're like, oops, you wasted a card, or they will fuse into something that was less powerful than its components. And we're like, sorry, what? And you know, now everyone knows because of the internet and so on, but like there were some combinations because it will actually look at the elements of the cards to make them compatible and so on. And the idea will be to fuse them into more powerful creatures, even if the fusion doesn't make any sense. So you will just be like sacrificing pieces to get better pieces. Like it doesn't make any sense in terms of fusion per se. Now, of course, if that will make any sense, the game will be significantly more difficult to do, because like you have to do art for everything. Ooh, Fairy Tail. I don't know how they could do this, knowing that there is another anime called Fairy Tail. So that's weird. But well, that's the box. It was fairly fast and fairly fun, I have to say. Now we saw some archetypes like Performapal, Metal Foes, Chemi-Critters, and Crystron. And then some sporadic like Fairy Tail and so on. But you know, a little bit all over the place. My old ass heart only recognized like 3 cards or something like that, like 2 of them with Red Eyes Black Dragon, and 1 of them with what I believe, but it's not actually. This is the Galaxy Eyes, I think. Well, I don't know anymore. I'm old. So that's the Yu-Gi-Oh video. I know. Let me know down in the comments what you think about these pulls. Like, please let me know, because I will only know for sure after the video is edited. So, like, please let me know what you think about the pulls. And for sure, comment about your fondest memories in Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you think the Invasion Vengeance box is worth it or not. But hey, that was the video. And as usual, like, subscribe, those cool things that the cool kids do, and I will see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Bye.